So we're recording right now. Resi, testing 1, 2. Let me see your mic. See how the volume.
Test.
Okay, yeah, definitely get close as possible. Get this close.
Okay.
Okay, let everybody see that you're.
Test.
Just don't make out with it, okay?
I'll try not to.
No, just playing. All right, this is Rob G from MASA Raza. I got
Liquid Abyss.
I feel like, yeah.
Conchis. Yeah.
I've been wanting to get you on the mic. We finally got you on the mic. Last minute here at Pasta Mia's here in the Creek Bridge area. Dude, they went all out. They hooked up a table. They had, it's kind of a little bit chilly. It's starting to get chilly now. Yeah, you got your own little flame. I got my little flame in the back.
Lamps,
we got some fancy sangrias. They're known for their. Yeah, look at cheers to
the fat.
He got a live. He got a live Instagram going on right now. So we're gonna be giving props, and I don't know how you can read that far.
Oh, read. I'll go.
Can you read? Oh, can you go?
Let's get it up.
Yeah, get a little bit closer.
So yes, we're here, Salinas.
We're here in Salas. So one of the biggest things that I got you is that there is an event coming down. Mm-hmm. It's the Glow. Is that how the whole? That's how it's called, or
Glow 831.
Glow 831.
Glow 831, and it started from 831 Function.
Okay.
That was our last event last year, and it transformed into Glow 831.
Okay.
More so to emphasize on the glow in the dark, the nightlife, especially the rave scene. Us, as far as the DJs go, we always try to bring out the rave scene as much as we can. Mm-hmm. And this event is going to be a really friendly one. It's going to be the one of many. We're going to be doing other shows as well, but pretty much this one's going to be different than last year's. Last year's we only had DJs, electronic DJs only. This year we're having electronic DJs and bands.
Yeah, because I seen you guys even having the micro crowds on, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that was like, whoa, wait a second. This is
Ajima.
Yeah, that's cool, man. So I was trying to figure, and that's why I wanted you to get on the mic, just kind of let people know what the experience is going to be. What are you guys working, and what are you guys hoping that it's going to turn out to be, I guess you could say?
Yeah, definitely. So what we're trying to emphasize the most is just music in general. What the 831 has to offer for music, and who we thought would fit the part for this event. This event is gonna focus on the electronic music for sure, the DJs, the local DJs, and then also give them a taste of these bands. These bands, I've seen them perform, Microclouds, Ajimas. I've seen them perform really good bands, really good sound, and it's just so that they can get that exposure and people can know who they and we are.
And one thing I like, man, it's live.
Mm-hmm.
Live, you cannot go wrong with live music. Even if it's just mixing, just the whole experience. You cannot capture that on the phone. You cannot capture that. I mean, watching a YouTube clip, just being there. Even if you're just standing there and just, because you do get people just stand there and, they don't know how to react to it, but it's still like, I know they're going to come out with like some awesome feeling, like how this is
true.
that.
Very true. And I'm glad you mentioned that, because every DJ has something to offer. Every DJ has their own style, their own look, their own name, and it's performance. Like at the end of the day, it's a performance from everybody. So like you said, it's not just like a pre-recorded or here you go, this is our playlist. No, this is us being put on the spot to make people dance, feel our vibe, and enjoy themselves. Enjoy themselves more than anything else. As far as music goes, we always try to emphasize good music, and this is going to be an event where people can actually go and explore what we're all about, and get familiar with the names, and especially the 831 function. The 831 function. It's going to be on August 31st, which hence is the name 831.
831, yeah. I seen that. I was like, okay, all right.
That's very clever. Don't want to take credit for that. That was Diana Perez, a.k.a. Ice Cream Adventure. and she was the one who came up with the 831 function, and she also brought it up this time around to make it happen this year. So
let's talk about Ice Cream Adventure.
Sure.
Okay. I don't know her personally really well. I've seen her when you guys had the May the Fourth Be With You.
Yes.
And I seen her perform. You can see them on, and it's a really awesome experience when you see them in Instagram, and then you actually see them live, and they're like, "Whoa, they're fucking even better than
It's them. It's them.
Yeah,
live
well,
in
it's just
person.
to see that, like, wow, I honestly really digged the mix that she was putting. I was like, I'm feeling this. I'm feeling the mix that she's throwing out there. To me, honestly, I feel like it kind of cringes me because it's just like I kind of is like I'm yelling out. I feel like I'm yelling out to Salinas and Salinas, dude, you guys got some awesome people here. Like, come on, you gotta show them some love up in here, And because it takes a lot. You're talking about years, right? I don't know how many years has she been in Dedicated, but you've been in the mixing world, you could say, or the DJ world for a very long time, right?
Yeah, definitely. For me, it's been from cassettes from middle school, El Sausal, DJing with cassette players.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, it was one stereo system versus another one, and it just switched it back and forth. That was middle school. That was when the rave scene was really popping, and we've had conversations.
We had the conversation.
That's another topic for another day.
Yeah. We'll talk about a little bit of it. You know what I mean? Let's, because the thing is that one of the things is this is not something that's like new. You know what I mean? It's
True.
The music has, there, of course, there's new music on the playlist, on the mix list, but the scene, it's always been here in Salinas. My brother, when we were talking, he was a hardcore rave head. I was actually, I started off at that time. I was doing the records. I was, I had we basically were playing the hard house. I think you brought it up. The UC connection was kind of was UC, DJ Irene, Bam Bam, and all them.
Bad Boy Bill.
That was kind of the
what brought out
that kind of scene. But there's this whole movement that was going on, which I think now these younger generations, I don't want to say younger generation, but it is a generation that might not know that this existed here.
And you make a lot of sense, and I feel like it's a lot because during that time, there was a lot of electronic music and scenes and environment going on. That was popular.
Yeah.
What's popular now is hip hop. What's popular now is trap. So that's the scene. That's what's happening now. But during that time, we had our moment with electronic, and everybody loved it. And what I enjoyed about it is that I was in middle school, going to these all age events, these raves that I didn't think were possible in Salinas. And for them to implement that was really nice because it gave us something to do, and it introduced us to dancing, and it's okay to dance, and let's groove, let's listen to music, and it was all good vibes. It was a middle school person being at a place where older people were there, and it seemed like even people that were like hitting their 30s were also there as well. But it didn't matter in that realm. It did not matter the age or anything. It was just who knew how to dance, who danced the best, and what do you have to show for yourself in a sense. So
you've been still sticking to playing the music and everything. I unfortunately kind of ventured off of work and all that, like a lot of people that used to do DJs, and unfortunately just kind of, I still got my turntables. So I remember showing you a picture of the little records, but they're just right there collecting dust.
And I'm sure if you could, you would.
Yeah, I still do, but
and then this is your way of kind of giving back. Like you kind of notice that I'm in the electronic scene, I'm a DJ, and then Ice Cream Adventure is also a DJ, and this is your part of still being part of it, even though it's not through music. This is an exposure to bring that light into this,
and that's why I definitely wanted to highlight this event, because I honestly do believe that a lot of you guys put your heart and soul in
Very true.
Because it takes time and it takes energy to create a vibe, create something that, and one thing I do love about DJs, and I remember there was at one point, wasn't getting as much of the respect because it's like, oh, you guys are just taking music and putting it together. But no, one thing that I've always loved is that is the mixture of it. You know what I mean? So you can get how you say you're meshing with
yes.
So it could be a vocal with a different beat and all these things, and that's what honestly I've loved about what really attracted me when I was on the vinyl was simply that I'm hearing this, not this original mix, but actually this mix that this DJ created, smashed it on the spot, and it's just like, wow, that's pretty crazy. That's why I honestly think that you guys that are creating this, like, I'm pretty sure somebody that goes there is like not gonna listen to. It's basically you're not gonna. This is the stuff that you're not gonna hear on the radio.
True.
This is something that you're like, wow, this is their own mold. This is their own art. This is their own piece. And if you're not there, you're not gonna be able to hear it.
Yes, and it goes down to basically the music, where each DJ explores many songs, many tracks, many artists, and they pick the selective amount, the selective few, the ones that they feel are a part of them, but not also them, but that they feel that is going to get the crowd going. And yes, it's definitely it's something that has not left my soul, my passion for music and everything, and also with Ice Cream Adventure, War, Tommy Arcade, Virus, Primetime, all these different DJs that are from Salinas. We've been working at this scene. We've been reviving it every now and then because it's not consistent, but we've been reviving it for like about 8 years. I've known Ice Cream for about 8 years. I saw her sprout from the east side. It was just a party that my cousin invited me to, Virus. And
you know what? You can sense the and that's what's crazy about it. You're sensing what you know that she's from the east side because she has one of the things that I remember even back then is that they're playing house music, they're playing all these music, but there will be like some hip hop in there in the mix, or some West Coast stuff, but that's what I'm talking about as far as the DJ is that they can even get like back then with some Tupac or whatever, and then just throw it into some dancing beats or something. It's like, damn, that's cool,
and that's true, and it's mainly because it's up to the DJ at that point. They for me, if it's me, I want to connect. I want to connect with a variety of people. I don't just want to connect to people that are like into house music or electronic music. So. And that's a beautiful thing about music in general, and finding the right tune, finding the right track to mesh, to put one on top of another, give you a Tupac beat, an electronic beat in the background that you're also familiar with. And, you have different people vibing, and it's like, oh, I like this. Kind of like I always enjoy having that moment and looking for those songs. When I find those songs, it's very rare. It's not all the time that you find those tracks that are electronic / hip hop, but when you do, you find them, and I feel like that's one of the tracks that we feel happy the most playing, because we can have that connection with someone else and maybe bring them into that realm and introduce them to that realm, and then being able to make them move and groove at the same time.
That's awesome, man. I'm saying house, and I know this. Okay, so what's you've been in it. I know it has evolved from deep house to
it was hard house,
disco house, happy house, progressive, trance, and all these things. Where is it now? What's the proper name? I guess. I mean, there's
so many. It's so many to name, But mainly, what's out there right now is electro house music, also dubsteps out there, and there's also
man, I feel old just asking. The one that you're stepping, you know what I mean? You're doing those steps, the steps.
Oh, the shuffling. Yeah, the shuffling. It's got to be electronic. It's got to be electro music. Got to a little like 128 BPMs, 125 around there, and that's really good shuffling music.
Yeah, shuffling. Okay.
Anything above that, I mean, above 130, you're probably going into hard house, or a little bit more a little bit faster beat. You're doing hard style, and that to me is fun, but house is where you get to groove,
It's
you get
a
to
trip.
shuffle, you get to do a variety.
Even like freestyle music back in the day, freestyle music. You got a question? Anybody popping out any questions?
No, just El Gordo Mamon. Shout out to El Gordo
Gordo Mamon
Nice
up in LA doing his thing up there, man.
Oh, we got Jerry Styles, Good Times, House Connection.
Oh, nice, nice.
We got people replying back.
Ask them if they have any questions. Spit it out.
Feel free to ask any questions. Anybody listening. But this rave scene. All right. Ice Cream Adventure. Your question earlier was about Ice Cream Adventure. Like I mentioned, she's from Salinas. 8 years ago, I saw her DJing, and she was one of the only female DJs around, and that's what intrigued me. And when I heard her style and her sets, I was already convinced, like, this is a really good DJ. I'm gonna support this DJ, and since we've had each other's backs from doing private shows, we've been doing like I said, we've been doing shows here and there, and we haven't been giving up on this rave scene because we know that people are into this music. It's just, I feel like it's the awareness is not there, or people are maybe just like, oh, we're too cool for that, let's go just to hip hop, let's play it safe, whatever, party. But again, we're just trying to create that environment so it could be anybody can just go listen to music. You like this music, let's go. From it doesn't matter where you're from. These events are in Salinas because we're from Salinas. We love Salinas. We know Salinas has potential, and we invite everybody from Santa Cruz, Monterey, San Francisco, anywhere. It doesn't matter. If you like house, come and see us, but house music has changed, has evolved a lot, like we mentioned already, but we have a lot of people that are keeping up with that. I feel like it's more like, if you got to create beats, more technical, you got to create beats, and the more you create beats, the more you get exposure, the more you get out there. As far as anybody,
it's a different level. I mean, it came from, back then it was just that repetition beat. You found that beat and it just repeats, and But now it's, there's finally like vocals. I remember back then I was like, man, they just got to add a vocal in this, or you got to throw something in there.
True, very true.
But it has evolved, and I like it. I am feeling it. I'm like, this is cool. This is something that it's still. It's still similar to my ears. I think that was one of the biggest things that I recognize. The new music, the new, I guess, house, or I'll just call it house,
right?
Is that it's getting more creative. You know what I mean? Even though from the vinyl, I know there was this phase that, oh, you're not vinyl, you're doing the CDs and all this, or you're doing all these, and you're whack, and you keep it original. It's like, nah. The thing is, everything evolved, and even when it evolves, it doesn't matter. You still got to find another thing to top it. You know what I mean? Like, now you got to play with like beat pads, and you got to put some other stuff into it.
Yeah.
So even though it's not original or whatever it is, no matter what, you're always gonna wanting to add extra, you know what I mean? So to master something else, you know what I mean? So either way, I honestly just I'm feeling it. I love it. So let's get back to the Glow.
Okay.
The Glow. How did that? You say just how did that evolve? As far as having this the event.
Well, we knew we had to come up with an event, and about a month and a half prior. And we knew we already had 831 Function in the bag as far as the name. We already had in the bag. We met up. It was me, Ice Cream, Microclouds, also Basic. He also tags. Basic was there. Other people that were there, that names there escape me at the moment, but we brainstormed, and I always like glow in the dark, so I did introduce, like, hey, Glow, 831 Glow, let's make it glow, because it just sounds good, 831 Glow. At first it was Glow 831 and so on and so forth, but us together collectively we were able to come up with just, hey, 831 Glow. And it's a production from 831 Function, because we didn't want to let that go, because it was very catchy. 831 Function with the U and K, right? Funk. So then as the artists were there, we wanted to not only, we already knew that we had the music, but what were we gonna do extra to bring more people in that maybe just like want to check it out? So on our original venue, for this venue, we are gonna minimize it, but just to show you the full capacity of what we're thinking of doing, what we wanted to do, we wanted to create an environment where we had a corner available for people, the gamers, for example. We wanted to have and then again, we might still have it, but we wanted to have monitors so that people can actually be playing Nintendo 64 type of games, Mario Kart.
So kind of bring a lounge feeling into it.
Yes.
That way you're not just feeling like you're stuck standing in a wall if you don't.
Exactly. So we wanted to keep up with modern times and have a little gamer table and also games and whatnot to choose from. From that, I mean, I not too long ago after that meeting, I saw Jacob, Rafa.
Oh, okay.
Rafa, 8-bit Rafa.
Mm-hmm.
Super 8-bit Rafa. Check out his games.
Yeah, he just recently displayed it at the Steinbach Center.
Yes.
That was pretty awesome.
I was there, so I checked it out right before I went to go check out Quien Sabe. And I asked him if he could be part of our event so that he can show off his game and people can actually play and get familiar with it. And not only that, but that's also another addition from somebody that's from Salinas, putting out something different and something that's entertainment wise.
Hey, if you're listening, man, you better have Camelot Claw. That's all I gotta say. That's one of his games, and I got addicted to it.
I played the unicorn one.
Oh yeah. Oh man,
the unicorn one was good. But definitely just a different variety of. So that was a gamer room. I always like to implement glow sticks, so I wanted to offer the ability to give out free glow sticks. We also wanted to have a competition where it's like who dresses up, whether it be kind of like not like a Comic-Con or people dress up. I forgot that name escapes me as well. When people dress
cosplay?
Cosplay, there you go. So we want to try to make it like that where we could offer prizes, and we do have prizes.
You know what you guys should keep in mind also, like when they do the Comic-Cons here in Salinas, to probably piggyback
accommodate,
on it. Accommodate. Right. You know what I mean? They were already dressed up anyways, and kind of have a pre-party or something. That's just something I'm throwing out.
That's a good idea. I'll take note of that for sure.
Yeah, because they're already going to be dressed up no matter what. So that would be really, really interesting.
That would be cool. And at the same time, we just want to get people out of the ordinary, out of the norm. So a contest was going to be and possibly still be in view, and aside from that, we also wanted to have like a photo booth type of thing where people could take pictures. Kind of like that's what people do nowadays. It's fun. Why not? So not only are we just doing a dance and that's it, music. We want to also incorporate other things that will entertain and just like satisfy someone that is going to our events. And I mean, me and my friend Rick Gomez, we were actually. I told them about the old days, about the raving days. In Sherwood Hall, when they would have an event there, they would have a lot of go-go cages. These go-go cages were basically, it was a tall box, maybe 6 foot high.
Always in the side.
On the side, or you had to climb up to get in there. But people would just basically be there, dance, and then it'll kind of create that silhouette type of look. And I told him, Rick, let's bring that back. No, I can't find that anywhere. He's like, let's make it happen. Let's just go ahead and put this together. So we might not have it for the 31st, but definitely in the future, we want to create that rave atmosphere. We want to bring it back. We want to give people a taste of what that was like.
It was fun. Yeah. Not just thinking about it, and it's one of those things. Like I feel like we didn't really know what the hell. How awesome it was back then. We were just living it at the time. We went along
with it,
But yeah, dude, I'm just having flashbacks. Once you said go-go cage, I never got on it. I was just letting you know. But
I got kicked out of one.
But yeah, going to Frisco, I'm trying to remember the place. But anyways, yeah, no, all right.
I mean, let's go into that. Let's go into that realm. I mean, what was that? For me, it was experience from 1998, 99. maybe even 97, 98, 99. Those are my years that I got to, that I was able to explore what that was all about. And during that time, I mean, so me going into middle school, having these practices, I would practice on the side because I saw my older brother doing it. He was 1 year above me, and so he would come home and he would be dancing to this music, and I'd be like, "What is this?" So then that's when I started seeing him dance, make moves, and kind of like it seemed like it was a battle. So I knew right away it was a battle. He was battling someone. So sure enough, as soon as I went to 7th grade, El Salsal, once lunch hit, music started playing and people would crowd around the little K-12 area, and sure enough, people would just dance, whether it be girls, whether it be guys. And I remember this one time, I started dancing in front of everybody, and people liked it, people enjoyed it. And this one, I think it was just an old friend. He was like, "Hey, you're on our crew, you're on our side." And I was like, "Oh,
the
cool,
cruise,
yeah."
the cruise.
But then there was this one kid. It came in. He was wearing like a Rugrats backpack, and then this one dude, his name was Emmanuel Barrientos. He was getting called out a lot he was getting picked on pretty much in a sense.
Yeah.
So this kid walks up and he just starts moving and dancing and just like calling us out and just weird moves, but very rhythmically, and he shut us all down. And at that moment, we just all decided to become one. It's not like, oh yeah, it's YouTube. No,
your crew,
we kind of like, hey, we
yeah.
gave each other props. Hey, good job. Hey, nice dance moves. Hey, let's get together. Let's create a crew. So we created a crew, and it was Rebels at War.
Oh damn.
Raw.
Yeah.
And the 8th graders, they were War, wicked ass rebels. I don't know if I was supposed to cuss. I don't know if that's cuss.
No, it's all good. You're good.
Yeah.
No, it's all good.
So
Shit,
wicked
there you go. You feel better?
Yeah, I'm cool. So yeah, that was them. And so we would start going to these events, on the weekends. Almost every weekend there was an event. There was a rave, Sherwood Hall, Bread Box, Armory Hall, all these different places. And we were there not only to dance, but now it was about battling. Now it was about battling other crews. And now it was also about having your girl crew with you. You had to have a girl crew because the girl crew had to battle against their girl crew. So, the girls that we had with us were always had our backs no matter what. But and that's what we would do. And that's when I started realizing how big it was, how crews were. Crews were from Santa Cruz. Crews were from LA. I think Rated R was Santa Cruz or something. Rated R, Genesis, or Jodeci, I believe. Jodeci was one of them. But all these different crews from all over around the area, and it was always a battle. You had a dance, we had a battle. And what was very colorful was it wasn't only crews. There's an individual person. There's breakdancing, spinning on his helmet, going around,
Even though we say house music, we all this, I was actually, it was the bass, but it was a little bit of everything kind of meshed in. You even had gangsters coming in the party and feeling it because it was a dancing scene. It was, it was
a place to be.
It was a place, exactly.
Yeah, it was a place to be, and everybody had fun. And it wasn't until we started going into high school, into the millennium, 2000 hit, and it just started dying off. And once I got into high school, I think what mainly kind of shut us down, aside from things that were happening in San Francisco, I believe there was some type of something that was happening, right? That people were just staying away from the rave scene.
Oh, okay.
But here, when I went to Alisal High, the older crowds, they weren't into it. They were like, nah, you can't be dancing like that, or hey, nah, because then maybe they were too cool. Maybe they were just that was not accepted or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then anybody that would kind of bring that type of environment,
it would shut down.
It was shut down. They would be put down, and whatnot. And then so pretty much at that point it died off. Mm-hmm. It died off. But that's when a lot of people went from raving to breakdancing. breakdancing and pop locking. I saw a lot of that go into that. So a lot of people, they didn't give up on dancing. You know, they also went into something else.
Well, I don't know if you've seen, and I'm really curious. I gotta hit these people up. But there's like some dancing crews evolving, and I know it's probably a different form, different style of music that they use, but it's something definitely that needs to be here because it's just, you know, people have to come in. That was like even just these scenes, like it's just a way to get all that energy out. You know what I mean?
Very true.
You need something to get all that energy out
for the youth, especially.
For the youth, yeah. You know, even just for us, you
know what? You're right. Anybody. Yeah, you're right. Anybody.
You know, and it usually it's just get dumb drunk and you know and that's it, call it a day.
Yeah.
So there has to be a different
type of fun, type of like entertainment to yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so I that's awesome, especially that now you guys are trying to incorporate the gamers, you're trying to incorporate all this. And I think that's one of the things now, because unfortunately, and that's what sucks, that because it kind of died off, and then to bring it back, and I know you guys are trying to keep it going. I think that's the only thing that I think it's the hard part is like somebody that's new to this and comes and experiences how to dance this, you know, how do you feel? And it's just really a feeling, right?
True.
It's just whatever you feel, and you kind of
there is no wrong way. There's no right way, I should say. There's no right way to dance. Period. Whether what song you're dancing, what music, what style of music you're dancing to, there is no right way. There's a strategic way. There's like a way, like, you know, merengue, salsa has their, you know, ways and to dance a certain way. But in general, like dancing, it doesn't matter. As long as you're dancing, you're feeling the music, you're feeling your intuition. You know, you're going with the vibe. That's what dancing is. You know.
Yeah. And if you kind of want a little flavor of how it was, or you want to see, there's this person from LA called Matt Points. I don't know if you know who that is. Matt Points is it's actually a lady that's been chronologically getting from random people, I guess, pictures of how they were back then. But it was very similar what was going on over here. And they have video clips of the early 90s down to the 2000s and stuff. But it gives you a little aspect of how they were raving, how they were, happy. It was pretty awesome.
Okay, nice.
So that's just a little recommendation. Matt Points with a Z. Just check that out. But it kind of shows you how it really did bring like a lot of different people into this, kind of mesh it, and that's what it's all about.
And then I kind of touching up on what you had mentioned as far as the dancing and everything, like what I've been implementing. If anybody went to my my first 2 glow in the dark art shows this year.
Oh, you're teaching them how to do the steps, huh?
Yes, I had a class. Yeah. I had a class, and I wanted to teach people how to do it, and I'm going to continue that. This next event, other events, I want to implement that just so that for people that don't know how to dance, they could have a feel of it. And as far as like how you mentioned about people nowadays, maybe the younger crowd not being into this type of realm, what we are going to implement is younger DJs. And we do have a couple of young DJs on the lineup. From what Ice Cream Adventure has told me, I don't know who specifically they are because there's DJs on there that I haven't met, but I will after this event. I mean, we're all going to be friends, and but they are younger, and so that's going to be something that I'm going to want to that sparked something. I want to go out there. I want to let people know that they can DJ, and if they want to DJ, they want to be part of the scene. They can connect with me, and if they're not at 100% with their DJing skills, no worries, I can help them.
That's one thing is there is people, and it's to take that step. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I know that's one of the nerve-wracking thing.
Yeah,
nervous. Like,
yeah,
am I gonna bomb on this? And honestly, sometimes it just takes one damn mix that you just messed up.
Yeah,
and your whole it killed the whole vibe. But
it kills it. But then you could also learn from it.
You learn from it, and like I can just get by. So it is a really awesome thing. So if you are mixing, you're listening to this, you want to take that next step. It's like kind of like getting on stage now, doing what you're doing. You bomb it, and that's what I love about Salinas, man. It's kind of a platform that you're gonna make your mistakes, and that's perfectly fine. We're just happy there's something going on, you know.
Yeah,
That's the
true.
thing. So
Yeah. The first step I always say is come check us out. Come and be part of that environment. Be in the background. Be talk to us. Be in the now, and you know, little by little, it's gonna start opening up. Doors will start opening up, and you know, something's gonna rub off. Whether it be a song that you like, a direction that you're going with, or you know, hey, where'd you get this music from? Whatever. It all starts from an event, and I feel like if people come to this event, they meet us, connect with us, you know, and we'll always keep everybody on the loop no matter what, you know, whether it be help, whether it be just kicking it, whether it be future events, you know, we're only gonna keep everybody like in the loop.
Is there anybody, you know, I guess influential, like, you know, like I've always, you know, this DJ or this, you know, this song or whatever. I don't know what group.
Okay. Well, how about we start with what influenced me to get my name?
Oh yeah, your name, man.
Yeah.
Let me cut that. Let me take two. So how did that name come about?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, the name Liquid Abyss. My name during middle school, during the raving era, my name that I was given was Energizer Bunny.
All right.
Yeah, I would call into KHTC and I'll be like, "Hey, it's the Energizer Bunny. Hey, it's the Energizer Bunny." Like they wouldn't even know me. I'm like, "Yeah." I think it was Robert Solorio that was around that time. But anyways, that was my name, Energizer Bunny. Just because I would have a lot of energy, I would be dancing and I would have a lot of energy, which I always do no matter what. So that's why I was given that name. Then there was this one event. I believe it was Alienation. In back of Alienation flyer, there is a sound and lighting crew called Liquid Abyss. When I saw that name, when I read it, I was like, wow, that's a really good name. Like, it called out to me. I was like, man, why couldn't I come up with it first type of thing, you know? I was like, dang. So that name never escaped me. Even after the scene ended, it ended. So in high school, once I was in high school, I would draw a lot. So I started, I was like, let me create an alias. You know what? Liquid Abyss. Let me just take over this Liquid Abyss. When I started music, okay, Francisco, choose your name. I like Liquid Abyss. I also like Liquid 33. There's other DJ names that I had for myself. And so I send a mass text message to all my friends and said, hey, what's going to be my name? Choose A, B, C, or D. So everybody chose, the majority ruled Liquid Abyss. So I was like, all right, now I have to give it a meaning. So the meaning of Liquid Abyss, liquid is water's inside of all of us, right? So when I'm playing music, my music is deep to the point where you'll feel the music within you. And that's how I am with my music, and that's where the abyss comes from. Abyss, the definition for that is deep. So I'm deep with my music to the point where you feel it inside you, with all the liquid inside of everybody, and there's liquid everywhere. So yeah, so
that's hella deep. So if you guys are thirsty, Liquid Abyss, quench your thirst with some awesome music. That's cool, man.
But so ever since then, I just kept the name Liquid Abyss. A lot of people, they say. Like there's one venue, I don't want to say the name, but there was one venue was like, oh yeah, we can't have the abyss part on there. And I'm like, what? So, I started looking up the definition, and if you look at a dictionary, there's some other definitions that are not what I define it as. And other ones are like hell, underworld, like
deep, so very dark.
Yeah, but to me it's not like that. To me, deep, the abyss is deep, deep, like the abyss. So yeah, definitely. At that time, it almost made me want to change my name because of that. But, that's the type of thing that you're going to run into when you're trying to create something from yourself, by yourself. People are going to tell you, hey, no, that doesn't sound good, whatever. But, again, going back to when I first heard and read that name, if I felt it, I felt it called out to me. I was like, man, this name is very, very powerful. I like this name. I'm gonna keep it. So you know what? I didn't.
Well, you know what? Because you have a logo now, right? I mean,
Yes.
I'm seeing it on your
I'm
your
wearing
sweater
it today. So I thought we were gonna be on video. I wanted to show it off, but my brother worked on this for me. My brother Eduardo, Easy Esparza.
Salinas Valley Clothing.
Salinas Valley Clothing Company.
Throw it out, man.
Yeah. You know.
But that's why I'm saying it. You know, it just looking at your logo, you know that you're not going in that other direction. If you would have been pointing horns and all these other symbols, and you know what I'm talking about.
True.
So it just kind of like, to me, I honestly didn't even think about that.
I'm glad. Yeah. I'm glad.
Yeah. But good. I think honestly is because your logo kind of gives it
the liquid feel, like the little drips on the L for liquid.
Yeah, I think liquid was more the emphasis. What I captured.
True, and a lot of people they call me liquid, and I don't mind that at all. Liquid,
which is because we're lazy, you know. Yeah, you know.
Yeah,
what I mean?
my friend one time he's all like, "Hey Frankie, hey, so your DJ name is Liquid Abyss, huh?" And I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh, so your DJ name has a first name and a last name?"
Where's the middle?
Mr. Abyss. No, but Liquid is cool. If you see me, call me Liquid. I'll respond. Liquid is cool.
Yeah. Cool, man. So anybody want to give props to? And well, you know what? How about this?
Okay.
Let's rewind this.
Yeah, sure.
Because we didn't really talk about how you even got on the scene. You know, like as far as the mixing part. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah, you're right. I had the equipment. I had the music. I just didn't perform. I wouldn't practice. I just had the music and I felt comfortable, and I would just perform when family members would tell me, "Hey, come perform for us." It wasn't until Virus.
Are you just talking about like just playing some
mixing?
Just mixing.
No, mixing in general, because I had the, I knew I liked music. I knew I liked mixing, and I had the equipment and everything. I didn't do anything.
All right, what did you have? New Marks?
No, I had this controller. It was a VCI controller, VCI 300, Serato operated, and a really good machine.
Oh, so you have the Serato?
Yeah, DJ Galaxy was the one who introduced me to it, and who I also got that from. So he's the one who introduced me to VCI. So I invested in it, got it. It was mine. But it wasn't until I think it was like around 2010 where Virus, aka Raul, aka Virus, my cousin, he told me, "Hey, I know you have the equipment." He saw me DJing at a family party, and he's like, "Hey, can I borrow it, or can you come with me? We got to DJ at a party." Sure enough, I was like, "Yeah, let's go." Sure enough, it was electronic. He had his playlist of electronic. He knew that I liked electronic. You know, it wasn't the electronic that he was playing, but mine was a little bit more like trance, a little more trance side. And that one party went from that one to another event at El Callejon. That's when I met Primetime, Mincy Fresh, and I started getting into this different types of electronic, and that's what got me back into this raving scene. I didn't even know this raving scene was happening, and it was happening, and I'm glad that my cousin introduced me to it.
Your whole backyard. It was
exactly.
It was like, wait a second, this been here?
Yeah, and I'm like, oh man, where have I been? You know, well, let me catch up. So then that's when I started doing a little bit more events. Again at the El Callejon, we did one at Bankers Casino. We started getting connected with people. We started doing some at the Fox Theater. That's when I met Switchblade and Mr. Brandon. They're from San Francisco, and Switchblade and Brandon over was NL Promotions.
Oh, okay.
There was this NL
it was a
promotion type of company that came in and brought them over, which was good because I mean, they were really good DJs, house and very humble. I got to meet them after, and I believe Switchblade is from Salinas, and he went to San Francisco because that's where the love is right now, and I want to bring that love here. That's why we want to try to bring that love every time.
That scene really hasn't died over there.
No,
it
hasn't. Yeah.
It was very, very, very strong over there.
Definitely it was,
and it's still going on.
Still is, and I feel like it's still going to be, especially for San Francisco. But anywho, definitely got to link up with them afterwards, and we're still friends. We still keep in touch. They actually had me and Virus go to perform at Treasure Island. I don't know if you're familiar with Treasure Island, but definitely a big venue, big event.
Humongous.
Yeah, different rooms, different areas. So we got to DJ there like 3 times, 3 different events, and it was just it was a very a good experience. But that was a while back ago, and we got in communication with him again, and we're possibly going to be doing some events out there in San Francisco at City Nights.
City Nights, there it is.
City Nights.
Yes, that's the one it was on the top of my head. Oh man,
yeah.
City Nights. It's still there.
It's still there. It's not called City Nights anymore, but I still know it.
I know it as City Nights.
Right away. You know what I'm referring to. That's where he has residency, and me and Virus are gonna hopefully perform there soon. And when I was out there, me, I like shuffling. I like battling because I was in my nature, you know. So I was out there in San Francisco at an event and at the City Nights, and I started shuffling alongside with this other Mexicano. I was like, yeah, this guy knows how to shuffle. And we were kind of like the outcast. And then after a while, after we started shuffling, there's people, you could tell there were a crew from San Francisco that went into that corner. We're like, hey, what's going on over here?
You're starting to gravitate over here.
Yeah, like, what's going on over there? We want the attention to everything. So, unfortunately, the DJ at that time was not playing when they came up and they called us out in a sense. Like I didn't get to respond back fully.
Oh, he switched up the music.
Yeah, it was kind of like, come on. I was just waiting, and it just wouldn't happen. I was just like, nah, I can't just dance to nothing, you know. It's gotta go with it. I gotta feel it. So that got me motivated to actually bring people from the 831 that is interested. So people that come to this event, keep a loop, keep a connection with us. Even if you're not going to the event, hit me up because I'm gonna want to collect amount of people and take them out there, let them experience what it is over there. And not only that, but let's battle.
Yeah,
let's bring little Salinas crew and then go out there and let's see what they got.
Yeah,
definitely a lot of shufflers that come out of here. Felix Miranda was one of my favorite shufflers, dancers that was not from my era, but the era that I got introduced to. Nowadays, right now he's got other stuff. He's he's in a band, things like that.
When did shuffling start really occurring? Because I honestly missed the boat on that one.
Shuffling, I mean, it started happening during our era. It's just that we didn't really know. I didn't notice it.
Yeah, it didn't stand out as much.
Yeah, exactly. For us, back in the days, it was what type of gesture could you create? The hand gestures, the whole, just like offensive type of gestures to bring out the other person to dance.
Yeah.
So it wasn't more so about your steps. It was more so about how are you going to call out a person. But there's this one event at the Firehouse on Williams and Alsau, and there was this one dude that came in from from LA, and the way he danced was like a shuffling type of movement, and that's when I first saw it. But by that time, it was almost I was already an 8th grader. I was already at the end of our era, so I would have to say, towards the end of that era, of our raving era, before the millennium, that's when it started peaking, that shuffling style. And hard style started. I mean, hard style would always do that, but they did it faster.
Yeah.
And then everybody just maybe brought it down a notch. But yeah, I feel like it's been around for a while, but right now it's very emphasized. It's the move. It's the move to move when you're at an electronic scene.
Yeah.
And again,
it's hard.
It's not easy.
Yeah, but once you get it, I think
it's fun.
Yeah,
it's definitely fun.
Yeah.
You can start getting creative after that.
What is it? The hooping
Kathleen.
No, but what does she go by? The hooping
kitty.
Hooping kitty or something? Yeah.
The hooping kitty.
Yeah, that's when I honestly, when she was doing her thing at the 4th. Mm-hmm. I was just like, damn, you guys
they get down, they get down, and that is something new. I didn't see that back in the days. I don't think we see that, but that's what's happening now, which is good. Yeah. That's what brings the glow as well. People like that bring in that atmosphere. There's some people that have like these strings and they swing them around, which you need a lot of space for that. Yeah. But definitely there's other people that bring their tools and whatever.
She brought her hula hoops, it had lights and everything, which LEDs. Was pretty cool. She gave it a nice little performance.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're gonna cut it off because it's already gonna be time to leave here.
Okay. True.
But anyways, anybody you want to give props to? Anybody?
Anybody that comes to mind, I mean, first and foremost, I mean, I just want to give a shout out to Raul, aka Virus. He's thanks to him, I didn't give up on this raving scene, and I still don't. Me and him, we keep in touch. I want to give a shout out to my brother Eduardo from Salinas Valley Clothing Company, working on my logo. I have shirts available as well if anybody is interested. I'll be posting it on my Instagram soon.
Oh, cool.
I want to give a thanks to you. I mean, I didn't know you existed, and once I did, you were already doing big things. You were already.
I was just getting in everybody's business. That's all I was, man.
And I'm glad you did, because that's how I found out about you. So keep doing what you're doing. Ice Cream Adventure. I want to give a shout out to her for putting that.
You know what? Right now that you mentioned Ice Cream Adventure, I'm gonna hopefully she listens to this, because honestly, when I see her vibe and everything, I feels like she doesn't realize how awesome she is. As far as, you know, and I think it's just because of the like I said, especially when you're DJing, you know, you don't know if you're doing good or if you're not.
True,
and all that.
very true.
I honestly want to say, like, she is freaking awesome. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And I'm hoping that, you know, she continues, as well as the other ones. Hopefully, I haven't, the other ones on the list, I haven't really. I probably have seen them and heard them, but I don't know who they are.
But that's who stood out for you, and definitely that's who stood out for me. When she came into the scene, I was like, "Whoa, this girl's got flavor. This girl's knows what's up."
Yeah,
and
so much props to you.
Yeah, I don't feel like this is gonna end. Yeah, a lot of us we're just gonna keep doing and doing. But yeah,
so go on with your list. Who else?
All right. I want to give a shout out. I mean, I know he's never gonna be listening, but Tiesto, DJ Tiesto. Back in the days in middle school, he was just, man, like, you know, the music, it was trance, you know, but it was still really good vocals, really good rhythms. I always had him in the back of my head whenever I would always DJ. Also, my dad, I want to give him props for being in that music scene, and it's because of him that me and my siblings were into music in the first place. And, you know, he's really good music, and he's a musician himself, so it's kind of running in the family, and it's great. I'll give a shout out to my little brother Joey, Giordano Jaromir. He's always been having my back. Hey, I need this cable. Hey, or like, hey, come over here, I need some help. He's always had my back. Just everybody in the lineup, you know, Tommy Arcade, he's really new to me as far as the scene goes, but he's doing a lot of great things. He's making his own work. DJ Centaur out there, he's really cool, making things happen. I want to give a shout out to Salinas. Salinas is lovely. I love Salinas, and again, I'm gonna keep trying to revive this rave scene to make things happen. Everybody that's into music, you know, keep doing what you're doing with music. Who else? That's about it. Oh, Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ.
There you go.
Thank you, baby Jesus.
There you go. Yeah, seems like you have your Oscar with you now.
It was like speech. Wrap it up, B.
Nah. So once again, we're right here at Pasta Mia's. You got to try out Pasta Mia's. It's really, really awesome. You said I got kind of overheard you recommended a dish here.
Yes, the first time I was here, I tried a chicken fettuccine alfredo. That was great, but to have dinner, sat down and took in this whole environment. I had their salmon a la diabla.
That sounds delicious, bro.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, and I like it. I'm loving it, man. It's it's kind of like it has like a fancy environment, but honestly, it's like a chill environment. So I'm right here with shorts. I'm not dressing up all fancy schmancy.
No,
you know. It's a really, really nice little spot, and I'm very happy they're using the patio.
I feel like this is gonna be a cool little spot for you to the last minute thing.
Now you know why I wanted to do it outside in the patio, man. Yeah. But I was kind of laughing because they started putting the fire for, you know, you got your fire, I got fire. It's like
accommodating.
I was like, man, I'm interviewing, like, this is gonna look too damn romantic. I thought you were gonna see this and run away, man. One more time, when's the event?
Yes, it's August 31st, 2018.
831, right?
831. Yes. 831 2018. Check us out. And
is there probably like the Instagram or anything that they, just in case they want to get some?
Yeah, Facebook. Facebook is going to be 831 Glow, And my Instagram has my the post on there,
Which is
it's liquid_abyss. That's my username.
spell that out because I know a lot of people probably don't
you're
even know
right.
how
True.
Yeah.
So liquid LIQUID_ABYSS.
Sounds like a spelling bee, right?
All over do NATO. So
And or you can go check it out, Masa for the Raza, MASA for THERAZA. I'm gonna definitely post up I haven't posted up on the regular post, but I know I've been putting the storyline.
On the
Hopefully you guys
story,
don't mind. I added that little special effects and stuff like that, but that's I always got to put a little bit of crema on the taco. And
there you go.
But
Not too much crema.
yeah, there we go. All right, thank you guys for listening.
All right, thank you for having me.
All right, late.